Hey y'all, in this lesson we are going to go over variables and expressions. At the end of the lesson we want to be able to identify a variable and write an expression. Our essential questions for you to write down are what are variables and what makes an expression. Let's get started. So first we want to write down our vocab words. A variable is a symbol that is used to represent a value. A coefficient is a number that multiplies a variable. And a term is a coefficient and a variable with its exponent. So you can see this example in your notes and on the screen that 4x squared would be a term. It has a coefficient of 4. The variable is x and the exponent is 2. An expression is going to be a series of terms that are separated by addition or subtraction. Let's look at some simple expressions and some ways to kind of translate expressions. So we have a few different ways to indicate each operation, and these are some of the most common ways. So if I were to say add 5 to a number, or if I say the sum of a number and 5, or I say 5 more than a number, all of these indicate that I want you to take a number like n and add 5. With subtraction, you have to be careful about the way it's phrased. If I say subtract 11 from a number, or the difference of a number and 11, or 11 less than a number, all of these indicate a number, subtract 11, okay? So if you're subtracting from, so we're subtracting the 11 from the x. If it says difference of, that is the order you write it, a number and 11, x minus 11. And 11 less than a number, so you're starting with the number and you're going less than, you're subtracting the 11. So be careful about those and how those are written. Multiplication, some of the most common ones would be 3 multiplied by a number or the product of 3 and a number. Both of these indicate 3 multiplying some number like m. You have to be careful again with division. This one's similar to subtraction. The words can kind of throw you off. So 7 divided into a number or the quotient of a number and 7. So both of these indicate a number being divided by 7. We could also say a number divided by 7, and that would fit into this as well. So let's look at writing expressions given some numbers so that we can identify what we're talking about. So if I want to say 5 less than a number, that means we're starting with a number and we're going 5 less than that. So n minus 5. If we say 6 times the quantity of twice a number plus 3, quantity we need to put in parentheses. So quantity of twice a number plus 3. So twice a number is 2 times a number. And then add 3. That needs to go in parentheses. And then outside of that, we'll have the times 6. So here's what that would look like. 6 times the quantity of twice a number, or 2n, plus 3. So you got to be careful about those words. The next set, how many terms does the expression have? Remember, terms are anything with a variable and coefficient that is separated by adding or subtracting. So in A, we have w over 4 is one term, 12.5 is one term, and 7z is one term. So we have 3 terms. In B, r over 5 is one term, and 5.5 is one term. So here we have 2 terms. Next, identifying the variable and the operation in the algebraic expression. So A, we have 6 over x. That fraction indicates to us division, and our variable is x. So x and division. In B, we have 4n, so our variable is n, and this is how we see multiplication. So here we are multiplying 4 times that number n. Here are some similar problems for you to try. Pause the video now, try writing those out, and then press play to see the answers. Here are those answers for those problems. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask or work with a partner as you complete the practice assignment. To summarize our lesson on variables and expressions, an expression is made up of terms which contain coefficients and variables. And you can see the diagram here pointing out the coefficients, pointing out the variables, pointing out a constant term, and then also listing what all 3 terms are. Your next steps are to submit your notes for this lesson and complete the Google Drive assignment on Schoology. Let's hop over to Schoology real quick and take a look at that. So here we are on our Schoology page, and if we open up Lesson 3, we can see that our practice assignment is right here, and it says you must complete 7 of the 14 slides. You should do, for good practice, complete 10 of the 14 slides, and if you have time, you should aspire to complete all 14 slides. You'll open the assignment, and this is what you will see. The cover page, and then you will see it has a spot for you to type your name. You just click there, and you can delete type here and type your name. And then for each of these, you look at the group of bees below, identify the amount of bees. So you're just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you're going to delete type here and write 7. Do that for each one. Then we're going to write an expression of the amount of bees, filling in the blanks for each group. So now that you have 7 there, you're going to have 7 here. So one of them is 7 bees. Then it's going to be how many are here, how many are here, how many are here. They have you rewrite that just by simply typing in the same numbers, but showing that we could represent the word bees as bee. Finally, you can rewrite your expression from above, 7 and whatever other numbers you get, and then add them all together to say what is the total number of bees in the picture. You'll complete each task like that. Some of them have 2 separate things, and some of them are all the same. And at the very end, it gets down to starting to use X's and Y's like we would see in a normal expression. So again, you must do 7 of those. You should try to do 10, and you can aspire to do all 14 to make sure you have a really good understanding of this concept. Once you are done, you will submit that back to this assignment, and then you can take your mastery check. Good luck. I'll see you in the next lesson.